Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this video. So in this video we're going to be looking into the markets, all right, and we'll start with BTC. Now BTC, I've not really been trading BTC recently, all right, after this move, though we already talked about this move in our April dates, and this happened, all right. So if you held that particular trade that we talked about here, then definitely TP1 should be hit already, which is at 76k. Now what is actually happening to Bitcoin right now is that we are contracting, all right, inside this wedge. Yeah, you say Amosoft with this wedge. Yes, because that's basically what is being printed on the chart. So we are contracting inside this wedge, you know, waiting for a breakout. So I will actually have to wait for a breakout out of this wedge before I start trading BTC again. Now the reason is because when the market is trying to change direction on the daily time frame, all right, you are most likely going to be seeing a lot of liquidity sweep. That's why we are seeing these movements. We see a push up, like we're going to break out and we'll come down, push up, come down, take our liquidity here. So but once the markets decides to start trending in a particular direction, all right, it's done with these liquidity sweeps over here. That's when you start seeing good, smooth move with BTC. So I'm going to wait for this breakout, then start looking for buy opportunity. Meanwhile, if you want to take a trade right now on BTC, what I would advise you to do is to make this area, all right, your POI. Now that's your point of interest. Now if price retrace into this level, you buy. Now the reason why I would say buy is because liquidity has been swept here and we create this clean double bottom, which is normally a reversal pattern, though this is on the 4 hour time frame, not on the daily. So even if we're not going to break out of this wedge from this move, you are most likely going to see BTC come down into this level a bit, then bounce. And another reason, because there's a psychological level which is 80k. This 80k actually been the psychological level that has been holding down the market. So on the daily time frame, I would consider this move over here to be this move over here to be a liquidity sweep, though using my trading system, all right, I would actually want to see price close above this level over here, which is at 84k, before I will start buying BTC. So but if in case you just want to take that risk, then this could be a very clear point of interest. But another thing you also need to pay attention to is that we have a bearish order block over here, which might actually push market down. So basically the whole thing here is, if you are not in a sell position already that you might have taken TP1, the best thing is just for you to either wait for price to come down to this level, all right, give you a setup, then you can take a buy, or you wait for price to out confirm breakouts that we've broken out of this wedge, then you start taking buy. So this is basically what um I'm looking at for BTC. Now let's take a look at other markets. GBP USD, we are currently in a buy position on GBP USD, and it is actually moving smoothly. And this is daily time. If you look at the daily time frame, you see that we are actually, after testing this FEG over here, which I talked about in one of our videos, you can clearly see that we are respecting and maintaining this daily trend line. So we bounced over that. This is where we took our buy position, and TP1 is just inside this FEG over here. TP2 is around this area, and TP3 is at this psychological level. Now, one thing I also notice about the recent market movements is that price no longer respects FEG much, all right. Price tends to respect more of psychological level since the Trump tariff stuff started. So that is a little adjustments we did to our trading system that actually helped us to catch this particular GB USD and also Euro USD trade. Because if you watch on a normal day, if you are to consider other if you are to consider fair value gaps, right, you will expect price to come down and tap this balanced price range over here, right, before going upward, and thereby creating a kind of liquidity sweep below this trend line. But recently price has been respecting more of trend line and psychological level. So That's why we took that trade over there. So we are still holding this GU trade, and I don't have the trade here, but I already shared it in the WhatsApp channel. Now, Euro USD is still in line with our position. TP1 is at 1.1, which is at this psychological level over here. Then the next TP is at 1.2, which is another psychological level. So we are more focused on taking trades from bounce from psychological level instead of other blocks of fair value gaps, because that's basically what the market changed a little bit. So you just have to change it. Sometimes, in the future things might reset, then market will start respecting fair value gaps and other blocks, then you start using them. So right now it's more like you use your fair value gaps and other blocks as secondary points of interest or confirmation to your main points of interest, which is psychological level. So that what that simply means is that if, let's say for example, you have a psychological level, all right, and a strong psychological level that price has retested before, all right, and you have an order block close to it, it gives you, and so the other block close to that psychological level gives you an added confirmation that okay, that point of interest could hold. For example, in this case with GBUSD, one of the reasons why we took that trade was that there's an order block close to this psychological level, which is at 1.27, where we saw rejections from, and also that intersection, or that's the price colliding with this daily trend line. So that also gave us the confidence as okay, this level is a level we should look at for buy. So that's basically how I'm currently navigating the market right now, maybe until this whole tariff stuff with Trump, dies down. So so those are just the updates for the markets. Now there's another market that I'm actually in a sell position, but I did not share this because I just wanted us to, hold this GB USD and Euro USD for this week and see how it goes. It is US 30 now. US 30 actually bounced off a zone over here, and we are seeing retest. It's actually on a downtrend. So but once GBP plays out, right, and we see another opportunity on US 30, then definitely I'm going to be sharing that as well. So yes guys, that's just the quick updates on the markets. All right, take care guys, and do have a lovely trading week ahead.